Tervetuloa, my name is Ollie. I'm a British guy living here in Helsinki, Finland. Welcome to my channel. This video is the official launch of the Ollie in Finland YouTube channel, where I hope to bring you guys loads of interesting content from the land of the midnight sun, the land of 1,000 lakes, the land of heavy metal knitting competitions. But I'm not just going to be copying other YouTubers that have actually moved to Finland from the UK. You have been doing this way longer than I have, but I am going to be showing you my life here in Finland from the eyes of a professional photographer, an amateur chef, and always a full-time food fanatic. So please hit that subscribe button, give this a like and share, and of course turn on your bell notifications. I know you guys are not going to miss a thing. So since I arrived here, I actually noticed there's quite a few things that are quite similar to how they are in the UK. Also a lot of things that are actually a lot different. So I thought the best topic for my first ever YouTube video is actually going through 5 things that I have noticed that are awesome in Finland that may be a little bit different to the UK, and also some similarities within there as well. Now it goes without saying, and I think everyone will know what I mean by Finland is a lot colder than the UK. In fact, in Kittilä in Lapland in 1999, the temperature got to minus 51.5 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, it goes without saying that people, buildings, houses, they all kind of have to adapt to everyday life, especially in the winter when it does get that cold. Houses are especially built in a way that keeps the cold out and the warm in. And in Finland, it's actually the law to put snow tires on your car within the winter to deal with all those icy roads throughout the country. But that's definitely not to say that it's cold all the time here. It's actually quite warm in the summer, easily as warm as the rest of Northern Europe, and actually Central and Southern Europe as well. I actually went swimming in the sea near my fiance's family mökki, or summer cottage, back in August, and to be honest with you, it wasn't actually that bad. And yeah, I know I have put on a little bit of timber whilst being here, and when I mean timber, I do mean the squishy kind. But come on, it's really hard not to do that when there's access to so much amazing food throughout the whole of Finland, within all the shops and all the little cafes that you can go to throughout town. And a lot of the food you get actually doesn't come too far from where you're eating it. So here in Finland, you do get to choose some seriously good food every time you go to the supermarket or to the shops. Bakery sections are packed with everything like bread, cakes, buns, even pizza, which is always good if you're in a rush and you need something really, really quick. Fruit and veg is everywhere. You do get your oranges, your bananas, your apples, sure. You can also buy wild forage mushrooms and actually berries that come straight from the bush to the shop, probably within the same day as they're picked. Not only can you buy all of these things from any shop that you go to, you can actually go into the woods and pick them yourself. Now, blueberries grow everywhere in Finnish forests, and I actually made a TikTok not long ago about how awesome it is to actually go outside, pick your own blueberries. The whole forest floor is normally covered with them, especially within August and September. And if you're really lucky, you might actually find wild mushrooms, lingonberries, especially chanterelles, or cantarelli as they're called over here in Finland. It's free, it gets you out in the fresh air, and as long as you have the permission for anyone who owns the land, you can basically do this anytime you like. Same goes for hunting and fishing if you eat meat or fish. As long as you have the landowner's permission and you have the correct license, you can basically do this whenever you like, anytime you want. You can just go outside and grab a shed load of nice fresh food. And then of course you can get home, sit down, have a nice cold beer, and think about what you're going to eat for dinner that night. In Finland, the law actually does state that you have to be over the age of 18 to buy beer or cider, just like any other country in Europe, and you can grab a pack of beer or cider from any shop you really go into. However, if you do want something stronger, your wine, your gin, your vodka, you're going to need to make a trip to your nearest Alko. Alko is actually a government-run shop that sells anything over the 22% strength, and it's basically in Finland the only place you can actually get these from. However, do be warned, they're actually only open until 8 o'clock at night throughout the week and on Friday, and actually only until 6 on a Saturday. On Sunday, they're actually totally closed. Not only that, but you do actually have to be 20 years old to buy a high-strength spirit in Finland, unless you go to a bar where you can buy a serving with a mixer in a glass. This is all actually part of a governmental law that prohibits the sale of alcohol after a certain time to actually combat binge drinking, which a lot of countries are actually seeing quite a lot. And yeah, I do mean the UK as well. We are kind of known for it. And with these restrictions, it's actually very expensive to drink in Finland, like really expensive. A large beer, 500ml, is actually closer to €8 at a bar. If you have a taste for the more premium brands, you might actually be paying closer to €10 for a serving of beer. It really doesn't help me, especially with my taste for the strong, dark Irish variety of alcohol. This is actually why a lot of Finnish people choose to drink at home before they go on their night out, and then when they get to the bar they might have one or two. But the real question is when they leave that bar, imagine me stumbling drunk through the streets of Kali at 4 in the morning, how am I going to get home? Of course the answer is public transport. I'm serious. From my own experience, I'm only familiar with the transport in Helsinki, Vantaa, Espoo, Kauniainen, Finnish capital region. But across Finland, public transport is so good for so many reasons. Most of all, it is safe. And I mean, that's a really good thing to know, especially if you're a single woman at night. I think actually being safe on public transport is actually the most important thing. When you're stumbling around like a fool after having too many jalluviinas or salmiakka koskenkorva, you will absolutely agree with me too. Finnish public transport is also amazingly reliable. And so far, buses and trains that I've taken are very rarely late. And if they are, it's only by 1 or 2 minutes. Absolutely great for people that have a client meeting on Monday that they absolutely need to get to. Not just that, buses and trains run well into the night, even on a Sunday. So you should be absolutely sorted no matter how long you spend at your favourite bar. Believe me, there is amazing bars in the centre of Helsinki. On top of this, it's actually quite cheap to get from A to B in the Helsinki area. With only one ticket from the HSL app, you can actually buy a ticket for a bus, tram, train, boats if you like, all for around €3. And if you're actually really quick, you can use this ticket on the return journey as well. So when you get home from your day of freezing, eating, drinking, travelling, you will be pleased to know that your broadband access is a human right in Finland. I'm actually being serious. And it is actually going to be fast enough to play any game, stream any film, or listen to whatever music you like, no matter where you are in Finland and no matter what type of property you live in. But actually Finland has been a leader in human rights for quite some time. More importantly, Finland's actually led the way in women's rights too. It was the first country in the world to give women the equal right of voting with men, and that actually does include running for office as well. Over here, it's legal for same-sex couples to marry. It actually ranks as the 4th best place to live if you are part of the LGBTQ+ community. It is one of the safest countries in the world to live in. It's known as the happiest country on earth. It has some of the lowest crime rates in Europe, and it provides free education to everyone within the country. So it's absolutely no surprise that Helsinki is the #1 place to start a family on the planet. So Finland seems like a different place to live. You'll definitely see all of the good reasons that are shining through. I'm really happy to live here. And hey, you got to stick around with me now. We've actually got a lot of things to do. We've got places to explore, food to eat, recipes to cook, and definitely some great times to have together on this channel. Please just take a few seconds out of your day to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like and share, and also turn your bell notifications on for this channel, and I will love you all forever. If my undying love isn't enough, you'll just want to do it for the content that I'm going to be putting out very shortly. So absolutely keep your eyes peeled. Stick around guys, this is only the beginning. Moikka!